Hello and welcome to St. Lucia Magazine, our weekly news program reviewing developments in government across various sectors of education, the economy, infrastructure, and agriculture. I am your host, Nival Auguste. In this week's highlights, the Prime Minister addresses the Independence Celebratory Rally on Independence Day, and a broadband policy and strategy is being developed for St. Lucia. In this week's recap, the curtains came down on activities to mark the 46th anniversary of St. Lucia's independence with a day of celebration on Independence Day. A highlight of the day's events was the celebratory rally at the SAB in VG. Prime Minister Honorable Philip J. Pierre called for unity and dedicated his government to improving the lives of St. Lucians. Kishma Serrier tells us more.
With words of gratitude for those who came before him and paved the way for the development of the country, Prime Minister Honorable Philip J. Pierre delivered his independence address at the Independence Celebratory Rally. Held at the SAB in VG, the event was part of activities marking St. Lucia's 46th year as an independent nation, and the Prime Minister acknowledged the country's ability to develop while still continuing to maintain its core values.
On February 22nd, 1979, we raised our flag and began our journey to independence. And this journey of independence has enabled us to endeavor to shape our policies, develop our economy, and advocate our national interests on the world stage. We have freely engaged in regional and international cooperation, strengthened our democratic institutions, while preserving our unique St. Lucian identity. Independence gives us the power to decide our path and the solemn responsibility to promote fairness, justice, and opportunity for all, and the preservation of the dignity of our people.
The Prime Minister explained that independence provides an opportunity for a country to define itself and to declare what it represents.
It is a time to remember the poor and suffering and the dignity that our forefathers suffered when they were forcibly taken here as slaves. We still seek reparation for these injustices. After 46 years of independence, St. Lucia is slowly carving a place in this hostile global community. We believe in the rights of the individual, the pursuit of the common good, and the respect for all, particularly the marginalized and differently abled.
Also in his remarks, the Prime Minister acknowledged the importance of economic success, but asserted that its true value lies in advancing human development, ensuring that individuals live with dignity, opportunity, and a sense of purpose.
We believe that every citizen must have the right to education, healthcare, employment, and the right of association, and to live in an environment of peace and security. This year's theme, Forward Together, Health and Well-being for a Prosperous Nation, is a call to action for all of us. It's a reminder that true prosperity is not measured only by economic gains, but by the well-being of a nation.
The Prime Minister encouraged St. Lucians to truly reflect and live this year's independence theme, Du Vent Ensemble, Health and Well-being for a Prosperous Nation. For the Government Information Service, I am Kishma Serrier.
The Independence Day celebrations opened with the annual military parade at the Darren Sammy Cricket Grounds. Here, once again, is Kishma Serrier with a report.
On the morning of February 22, 2025, St. Lucia celebrated its 46th Independence Day with a military parade at the Darren Sammy Cricket Grounds. The parade, which began 46 years ago, is deeply rooted in the country's history. The parade features 11 platoons, including police, marine, prison officers, Special Services Unit, St. Lucia Fire Service, the Cadet Corps, and the Red Cross. The parade commanders led the platoons through marches, inspections, and theatrics, showcasing solidarity, discipline, and patriotism. The afternoon of independence welcomed the Independence Celebratory Rally, which was held at the SAB in VG. With a large number of youth in attendance, Prime Minister Honorable Philip J. Pierre called for collaboration and growth for a stronger nation. The Prime Minister also highlighted the achievements of 3 athletes who were awarded the St. Lucia's highest honor, the St. Lucia Cross. For this, he said, will serve as a means as continued inspiration for young people.
As a small and young nation state, our size continues to belie our achievements in the world of academia and sports. So after Lewis, Honorable Derek Walcott, Darren Sammy, Laverne Spencer, Johnson Charles, Boo Ingson, Rick Wayne, and now Julian Alfred and Johan de Tourville are reminders of St. Lucian excellence that remains an inspiration to all of us and many others beyond our shores. Today, we recognize these 3 outstanding sports personalities, Darren Sammy, Laverne Spencer, and Julian Alfred, with the highest national award of our country, the St. Lucia Cross.
An official list of appointments from the Chancellor of the Order of St. Lucia, His Excellency the Governor-General, on the advice of the Prime Minister, has been announced. The appointments are to the Order of St. Lucia in respect of Independence Day 2025 and cover several areas or disciplines. Some of the categories include the National Service Medal, the St. Lucia Medal of Honor, and the St. Lucia Cross. The awards will be given at the investiture ceremony on March 23, 2025. A full list of the appointments of awards is available on the Government of St. Lucia's official website. For the Government Information Service, I am Kishma Seri.
In more independence observance news, the 43rd National Sports Awards recognized, celebrated, and rewarded athletes and teams for their sporting achievements in various disciplines for 2024.
At the 2024 National Sports Award, the Ministry of Youth Development and Sports used the occasion to showcase the amazing talents of St. Lucian athletes. St. Lucians were a formidable force in many fields and won numerous accolades for their extraordinary aptitude and abilities. The Minister for Youth Development and Sports, Honorable Kenson Casimir, expressed elation at the many achievements and gave some indication as to the investment plans for the sport of cricket in the near future.
In a couple of months, St. Lucia will launch the highly anticipated semi-professional cricket league, a monumental milestone in the island's cricketing journey. This initiative showcases the government's strong commitment to develop cricket on the island, offering substantial support to ensure the continued growth and success of the sport.
In 2024, St. Lucia claimed several titles, including OECS Boxing Champions, Chess Champions, 2024 Eastern Caribbean Volleyball Association Champions, both male and female, CPL Champions, Windward Islands Women's Super 50, and T20 Champions, for which they were all recognized. The minister pledged to continue to create and to enhance sporting facilities to contribute to exceptional athletes.
I am thrilled to announce that over the coming months, we will be rehabilitating and upgrading nearly 20 playing fields and courts across the island. These upgrades will be funded under the $80 million loan grant from the government of St. Lucia. This is just one step in our continuous efforts to raise the standard of our sports facilities and create environments where talents can thrive.
Junior Sportsman of the Year was awarded to table tennis star DeAndre Caldron, and the Junior Sportswoman of the Year went to the incredible swimmer Faith Jeffrey. The Junior Sportsman and Sportswoman of the Year received $7,500 to be placed in a trust with their respective federations. Notably, the achievement of Julian Alfred as the gold medal Olympic winner in the 100-meter and silver medalist in the 200-meter was a tremendous achievement. It was no surprise then that the Senior Sportswoman of the Year award went to Julian Alfred. Senior Sportsman of the Year went to the cricket powerhouse Johnson Charles, and both awardees were given grants of $10,000 each. A check was also presented to Julian Alfred for $1 million for her performance at the Paris Olympics 2024. For the Government Information Service, I am Kishma Seri.
This is St. Lucia Magazine. Still to come, a specially outfitted school vehicle is donated to children with unique needs. Stay with us, we'll be right back.
Yeah, my G. Yeah. The road clear, my G. Do road.
I don't feel now is the right side.
Are you mean by the road clear, my G? Do road 120. Yeah, man, that's how we do it, like real boss. Boy. Yes, that. Watch it.
Don't fall victim to peer pressure when driving. Your life and the lives of others are your responsibility. Drive safe. Arrive alive.
Welcome back. Access to fast, reliable internet is no longer a luxury. It's a necessity for economic growth, education, and digital transformation. Recognizing this, the Caribbean Digital Transformation Project is leading the charge in developing a broadband policy and strategy for St. Lucia. The initiative aims to close infrastructure gaps, ensure universal broadband access, and strengthen the country's digital resilience. At a recent stakeholder consultation, project leaders and industry experts emphasized that bridging the digital divide is essential to St. Lucia's modernization efforts. More in this report from Glenn Simon.
The Caribbean Digital Transformation Project, CARDIP, is spearheading a major initiative to develop a comprehensive broadband policy and strategy for St. Lucia, a critical step in achieving universal broadband access, bridging the digital divide and fostering economic growth through digital connectivity.
We understand that without a proper broadband system, there is no way that persons can participate in the digital economy and the digital modernization initiatives of the government.
Sherilyn Monroe's Gustav, project manager of CARDIP, emphasized that the broadband policy and strategy is a cornerstone of the project's mission to expand access to digital services, bridge connectivity gaps, and equip governments, businesses, and individuals across the Eastern Caribbean with the technologies and skills needed for the digital age.
What we have found is that whilst government, and St. Lucia by extension, have made tremendous strides in terms of digital transformation and modernization, there exists quite a few gaps. One of them is that of infrastructure. So this activity is really aimed at addressing this gap as it relates to broadband services and ensuring that we have this universal broadband access, reliable, high-speed internet, and bridge a digital divide for persons who don't have access to technology.
The policy seeks to expand digital connectivity, ensure broadband access for all citizens, while strengthening national infrastructure, enhancing economic competitiveness, modernizing public services, and reinforcing security and resilience in the digital landscape. Marlon Nassis, Director of Public Sector Modernization, highlighted the critical role of this initiative in driving St. Lucia's digital transformation.
There's a concept called meaningful connectivity. You know, what really is, what amount of broadband capacity that you really need for it to impact your life, you know, your livelihood and how you interact on the internet. So from a resilience standpoint, it's very, very important that our infrastructure is resilient to be able to withstand, you know, hurricanes and just for government to be able to provide services even in spite of these types of shocks that may occur from time to time. With regards to cybersecurity, the broadband policy takes an in-depth look at the cybersecurity component as well, because we want to make sure that even when our citizens are accessing the technology, they do it in a secure manner, in secure environments.
Judith Hellerstein, founder and CEO of Hellerstein & Associates, is the lead consultant developing St. Lucia's broadband policy and strategy. She emphasized that the policy is designed to be practical and adaptable, ensuring it does not remain merely a document, but serves as a dynamic framework for stakeholders to drive real progress in infrastructure expansion, digital adoption and awareness, policy and regulation, cybersecurity, and data protection.
Well, we hope that the outcome would lead to enhanced broadband capabilities, so that we want to be tracking the metrics and show how these subsidies are working, how everything's working. What we want is more people to have broadband, so that when we have a new survey done, we'll show a dramatic increase. People will be interacting. Maybe even the people, the Rastafarians she mentioned, will join in.
Telecommunications providers, regulators, government officials, and key stakeholders gathered for the final consultation session, collaborating to shape the future of broadband connectivity in St. Lucia. This initiative marks a significant step towards a digitally inclusive and economically resilient future, ensuring that citizens, businesses, and government institutions benefit from a robust, high-speed, and future-ready digital ecosystem. For the National Competitiveness and Productivity Council, Glenn Simon reporting.
The Ministry of Agriculture, in partnership with the Food and Agriculture Organization and the University of Zamorano, completed a week-long training on biological pest control. The training forms part of the Climate Smart Agriculture project aimed at equipping Ministry of Agriculture staff with techniques in sustainable farming and climate resilience. Zarek Felix tells us more.
The Ministry of Agriculture, in collaboration with the Food and Agriculture Organization, FAO, and the University of Zamorano, has successfully concluded a week-long training session aimed at equipping extension and plant health staff with advanced knowledge in agricultural management and biological pest control. The training, conducted under the project Climate Smart Agriculture and Integrated Crop Management, is a strategic initiative designed to boost vegetable production in St. Lucia. One of the primary objectives of this project is to increase farmer access to biological pest control, an essential step in reducing chemical dependency while promoting healthier and more resilient agricultural practices. Melvin Mandina Navarro, Plant Production and Protection Officer at the Food and Agricultural Organization, provide an overview of the training session on biological pest control for extension and plant health staff.
Today we have a training for extension officers on integrated pest and disease management and biological control, because those are the areas that we are promoting, and the main objective is to reduce the use of pesticides and to provide farmers with alternative options that are more friendly and that are not harmful for the health of the population in general.
Rogelio Chilabanino, head of the Biological Control Unit at the University of Zamorano, expresses that adopting biological pest control measures has become increasingly critical. These sustainable methods will not only improve crop yields, but also contribute significantly to national food security and environmental conservation.
The use of biocontrol has a lot of advantages than using regular or chemical pesticides. The main thing is that the people that eat these vegetables and fruits will be healthier because they are not eating food with pesticide residues. At the same time, biological control is very important because the environment. We have now learning about the importance of maintaining the environment. We don't have residues in the water, we don't have residues in the soil, and at the same time we are increasing diversity of insects in the field and diversity with other animals also that get affected by the use of pesticides.
In an effort to enhance accessibility and mobility for school children with physical challenges and special needs, the Maria Holder Memorial Trust donated a specially outfitted school vehicle to the Ministry of Education to provide transportation alternatives to the students. Kibatalium reports.
For differently abled children, accessing transportation on their journey to school can pose significant challenges. In an effort to address gaps in accessibility, the Maria Holder Memorial Trust has donated a second, specially equipped school bus to enhance transportation options for students with special needs. The first vehicle, delivered in 2023, presently transports pupils attending the Dennery Childhood Development Center in Lakai. The new vehicle, which also includes wheelchair accessibility and other accommodations, will be based at the Donata School, a key institution for special education in St. Lucia. Reflecting on the immense impact of support extended, Minister for Education Honorable Sean Edward emphasized the importance of ensuring equitable access to instruction remains an inclusive experience for students.
We are very committed to giving our students the best educational experience in this country, irrespective of the child's station in life. I must commend Beachcomber for working with the Ministry of Education for retrofitting the bus. When the parliamentary secretary spoke, she said that the bus was somewhere in the vicinity of, or it was more than $250,000. But I'd rather say it's just under $500,000, because I think the total cost of retrofitting and procuring the bus is somewhere in the region of $425,000. That is money well spent, and we, as a Ministry of Education, we fully endorse that kind of expenditure. And it speaks a lot to our conscience as a people. It speaks to the mindset as a people that we can pause, we can put resources aside, justifiably so, to meet our special needs students, to give them opportunities for growth, and to create avenues for which they can meaningfully contribute to the advancement of our country.
According to Peter Simmons, trustee at the Maria Holder Memorial Trust, this second donation is part of the Trust's ongoing commitment to special education. Thus far, in excess of $500,000 has been directed toward increasing school attendance for children with disabilities on St. Lucia.
The vehicles were requested and needed due to the issues faced by many families with special needs youth. Lack of transportation, in my view, should never be a determining factor in whether a child is able to attend school. Education is important, and I should say that Maria Holder, the late matriarch, one of her tenets in life was that education was critical. And so therefore it becomes even more critical for those students who are differently able, as they require the stimulation and should have the same access as everyone else to attend school.
When we come back, a national policy is being drafted by stakeholders for greater support for the nation's elderly.
I'm innovative.
I'm competitive.
I am productive.
I'm creative.
I constantly improve what I do.
And how I do it.
I provide excellent customer service.
I never stop learning.
I give up my best, always.
The National Competitiveness and Productivity Council, embracing excellence.
The Environmental Health Division, in partnership with the Cicero Development Committee, carried out a large-scale community cleanup program to reduce mosquito and rat breeding grounds in the area. We have more in this report from Monica McCoy.
The Environmental Health Division, in collaboration with the Cicero Development Committee, has successfully executed a large-scale community cleanup campaign aimed at reducing mosquito and rat breeding grounds in the area. The initiative, held on February 8th and 9th, 2025, mobilized residents, volunteers, and various agencies in a concerted effort to address the pressing issue of paw waste disposal and its impact on public health. Building on the momentum of the Mosquito Awareness Campaign of 2024, the cleanup drive focused on high-risk areas, particularly locations prone to stagnant water accumulation and waste buildup. Environmental health officers, community leaders, and residents worked together to remove discarded household items, clogged drains, and other waste materials that serve as breeding grounds for mosquitoes and rodents. Charlotte Charles, a senior environmental health officer in the Environmental Health Division, shares more details of the community initiative.
This activity is aimed at reducing the vector or mosquito breeding sites within the community. So we have gone out, we have done quite a bit of education with the community members to let them know what are the mosquito breeding sites in and around their homes and how best they can get rid of it. So today's activity, we're looking at getting rid of some of those major mosquito breeding sites, like some of the bulky items that persons may have in and around their home, like old fridge, old stoves, old washing machines, where it can collect water when rain falls. So this is pretty much what we're doing today. And what we want to do is to sustain this activity by providing the community members, like I said, with education, letting them know moving forward how best they can reduce those mosquito breeding sites.
According to the interim chair of the Cicero Development Committee, sustaining a cleaner and healthier community requires collective action, and residents play a vital role in maintaining the progress made through the cleanup initiative.
The role the residents can play in sustaining the activity held today is to ensure that they put out their bulky waste on bulky waste days. They clear up their drains and gutterways. They cover their drums. They ensure that they debush the areas around their house. They, as much as possible, reuse household items that could be repurposed for composting as well as planting, and ensure that we look out for each other and maintain a clean environment.
And finally, a consultation on a draft national policy for older persons brought key stakeholders together to refine measures aimed at enhancing support for St. Lucia's elderly. Chevroy Marius has the details.
The Ministry of Health, Wellness and Elderly Affairs has reaffirmed its commitment to fostering an inclusive and supportive environment for St. Lucia's older population through a strategic consultation on the draft national policy for older persons. Hosted at the ministry's conference room, the gathering brought together key stakeholders from various elderly homes and sectors to review and refine the draft policy, ensuring that it reflects the needs and aspirations of the island's elderly community. Speaking at the consultation, Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Health, Wellness and Elderly Affairs, Jenny Daniel, emphasized the importance of community engagement in shaping a robust and actionable policy.
So we are here today to look at the policy, the draft policy which has been prepared. And of course, I know that you come from various perspectives as it pertains to older persons, and we really wish to draw on your experiences, to draw on the knowledge that you have, and to draw on your opinions and the ideas and your creativity for how we should deal with this sector. Feel free, of course, like Mr. Huggins said, to give your input, to give your suggestions and recommendations so that when we are through, we have a document that we can work with and we can implement going into the future.
The consultation provided a platform for open discussion where participants assessed policy priorities such as age-friendly environments, integrated healthcare systems, economic opportunities, and legal protection for older persons. Acting Director of the Elderly Affairs Unit, Robert Huggins, highlighted the importance of the discussions.
This is sort of to bring you up to speed with what has been discussed and where we are at this moment with the policy. All right, so there's still a lot more to go, a lot more to do, but we want to ensure that when the policy is passed, the policy speaks and reflects exactly what is needed for the target population.
The national policy for older persons aims to safeguard the rights of older persons, improve healthcare, promote economic security, engage active participation, intergenerational engagement, and enhance caregiving support. The ministry has reiterated that stakeholder feedback will be instrumental in finalizing and implementing a national framework that truly empowers older persons. From the Ministry of Health, Wellness and Elderly Affairs, Chevroy Marius.
And with this, we come to the end of St. Lucia Magazine. Thank you to all who contributed to the production of this program, the National Television Network, GIS team, and the communication officers of the various ministries. Thank you for joining us on NTN Channel 122 and the social media pages of the Government of St. Lucia. I am Neva Logist. Until next time, stay informed, stay engaged, as we look forward to more positive developments in the coming week.